The whole thing.
A geometric shape that is connected. Where every point is the same distance from the center. Awesome. I like geometry. Let's just wait for Nadine and Diego. Come on in. Okay, first, hi. I'm Greg, or Scoops. You probably know that. Welcome. Maybe I should say welcome back. This is the third time we've done this. Although it's the first time in Zagreb, which people are pretty excited about, including me. I think that the thing that I'm most excited about is how many new people I see get into the sport every year. That has a lot to do with Josh, certainly, in this area of the world, but also for the people who've been, coming for a couple years now and found the sport, like it, and are teaching new people about it. I think that's great. So that makes coming here for me a no-brainer. I don't mind taking the time off, and I love seeing people, whatever level they are, I love seeing them get better. And that's what I hope everybody can do a little bit this weekend. If I talk too fast and you want to ask your friend whose English maybe is a little better what I said, by all means do that. Right? I don't mind. All of yours English, even the worst person, is a million times better than my Slovenian or Croatian. So that's no problem. The second thing I want to say is, it should be fun, right? Okay, the weather's not so great. But I hope that everybody's out here because you love the sport and you enjoy it. We'll try to make this enjoyable. We'll see how that goes. But if you want to work on certain things or you want to talk to me in between drills, that's fine. We've got some stuff that's, a serious piece where we want to try to focus and really get people to learn things and improve. And then some other times when we'll be fucking around. Can I say fucking around? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fucking around and a little bit less serious. So, you can edit that out later, right? Yeah.
Scoops that YouTube that.
Hey, so in Boston I coach a club team, which is just all guys, and they would never do this standing around in a big huddle like this. So this is good. I think everybody should just try for a moment to catch as many other people's eyes as they can around the circle. You guys are ultimate frisbee in this part of the world, and that's a pretty special thing. I really like that there's so many new women coming out to the sport. At least in the U.S., it took a long time for the women's game to get to where the guys' game is. And I've coached a number of women's teams. I coach a college women's team right now as well, and they're just learning. So they make all the same mistakes with throws and choices for throws. But it's great that, all the women or the girls, whatever you want to call it, are coming out. So, that said, anything else by way of introductions? Do you want to introduce people that might be helping?
Yeah, we can do that. A couple of just quick things. If you arrived late and you haven't paid your fees yet, come during the break.
It's all about the money.
You gotta pay for your train ticket. Make sure to just come find me and do that. Thanks to everybody who did it already. There's still, if you didn't sign up for Fort Apache, there's still a little bit more time to do it. So just come talk to me during a break, and that's cool. Also, when we go inside, it's very, very important that you not wear your cleats past that entryway. We know the entryway is going to be dirty, but nothing else should be too dirty, right? Also, we're going to decide on one really, really dirty shower. Like Jan and other people who plan on being very dirty, and then other normal showers. So if you end up very, very dirty, follow Jan.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah. Okay, welcome to Zagreb. Thank you very much for coming to Zagreb. We're glad that you all made the trip. Everybody gets special respect for taking an interest and wanting to improve and push and challenge yourself. That's worthy of a lot of respect, so give yourself a hand. Special respect to everybody from Bodyboard. I think all the other half of us who aren't from Maribor are pretty impressed with how fast you guys are growing, and not just growing in numbers, but really becoming really good men's and women's ultimate players. So respect to you guys. Also, it's pretty clear, at least it's pretty clear in my opinion, that the teams from Slovenia and Croatia will always have special relationships with each other.
You can say that again.
But now I feel like we've been. I wasn't joking. And but I also just want to say that periodically, you meet a team or you meet a group of people, and maybe not necessarily from your neighborhood, but you develop a special relationship with them, and I hope that continues with all of us and with Lowell. So thank you guys. And we'll talk a little bit more about the coach and thanking him at the end, but making the trip all the way from Boston. And this is so last weekend was the sectional championship, and next weekend is the regional championship. Wow. So coach really took time at a very important time of the year in their competitive season to come here. So thank you very much, Coach. And for the third annual sweeps. Do you have a few things to say?
I do. I'd like to start by thanking Josh, who really is the reason that this whole thing, this crazy thing got started. And my job is easy. I just come here and show up and tell people about playing Ultimate Frisbee, which I love doing, and certainly I've loved playing the game for a long time. But there's a lot of logistical stuff. I think there's more of that each year, and I don't ever notice because I just show up and everybody's here and there's a place to play and there's arrangements that are made, and so I know he and people that help him do a lot of work with that, and we should give it up for them too for that. And I'll say again what I said at the start. Yesterday morning, I lived in this area of the world for almost 2 years, and it's great. I love seeing that there's this much Ultimate and that it's getting better every year. So that really makes me excited to come back. And I think if I have a standing invitation, then you guys have a standing commitment that I would love to do this, for as long as there's people that are willing to listen to me, which may not be that much longer. But so I normally have 3 awards that I like to give out at the end of this thing. I've gone and coached weekend clinics or a couple of weeks here and there in Taiwan for different teams and different places in the US, and I sort of standardized what the awards are, but I'm going to give them out right now. The first one is to, in my opinion, the best new face, the player that hasn't been here before, that came out and I was just like, wow, that player has a very high ceiling. They have a lot of potential. And that award goes to by the way, these are jerseys from Republic of China. Dory. Yeah. Next award is for the person that, in my opinion, has been here before and they improved the most from one year to the next.
Yeah, I'm here.
Josh.
In this case, it's over a span of 2 years, but Taya, you've really gotten... I actually have 4. I have a new award this year. This one is for, so when I talk about ultimate players, I usually think of everybody having sort of a circle around them, where if the disc comes into that circle, then they're probably going to catch it, even if they're running at one angle and it comes in another. And some people have a bigger circle than others. but this award is for the person that I saw with the best hands overall on the weekend. It wasn't one spectacular catch, but it was every time the disc got close, it was solid, and I was like, okay, that's a catch. Now we're going to think about the next thing. And that, since I live in Boston, which is famous for lobsters and Cape Cod, right? This is the lobster, and that goes to Dave. And the last one, this is, I got a long sleeve, I think, for this one. This is the award for the person who, if I was here, I would always want this person on my team. And,
What?
I know Josh has a few more things to say. We're going to hang out, I guess, here tonight, and hopefully you guys can hang out, and we'll go do something fun. Maybe not as fun as Floyd Patch, but we'll figure something out. Yeah. But thank you again. Really, this is like one of the highlights of my year, is to come out and do this. And it gets bigger every year, and it gets better every year. So thanks a lot.
Small gifts to say thank you to the coach. Damian, why don't you go first? This is kind of from a bunch of us, and we have some individual gifts.
Yeah, well, let me say that Spooks, Josh, and everything started a team who wanna basically, which don't wanna interrupt the club stuff, but though in those teams are the persons who wanna work more, work harder, and play on the maybe even bigger level. And this is they name it the base Balkan All-Star Enthusiast. And we would like to give you the shirt, because you teach us, sorry. You teach
I learned
us
a few things too this week.
You teach us how to be better and crazier.
That's great.
So, thank you.
Thank
I
you
hope
very
it's
much.
big enough.
Oh, it's big. All right,
Jump in, whoever wants to go. Whoever has, somebody else has something to say.
Yeah.
I'm going. Well, this year we brought you a disc. Finally, our first disc. From Vertigo, yes, and it's no disc, no heaven. And it's rare because
It's sold out already.
yeah, it was sold out.
Really?
And yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It goes up on my wall. It's our kitchen. It has special frisbees up all around.
You don't own plates?
I own many plates. You need off of this. This is great. Thanks a lot.
So you wash them in the dishwasher?
I tried, it works.
Does anybody know how many 12-ounce beers will fit into a frisbee?
Yeah. They don't do that, Josh.
That's why it's a trick question.
It's one, right? No.
Hey,
Like 5
in
and a
this,
half.
a 12-ounce beer,
12 ounce, that's
Almost
0.3.
It's
A pitcher.
almost 5 beers.
yeah, it's basically a pitcher.
Well, half of liter is exactly 3, so.
Half a liter.
We have liters.
Yeah, but a 12-ounce beer is like 330 mils, right?
Yeah.
It's a little
So, it's a little bit more, so it's
Yeah, you can
It
put
sounds
more than
like-
a liter in here.
It
One
sounds
and a
like
half, exactly.
It sounds like we need to find out tonight.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's great.
Then we'll know.
Everybody know my English, so
Warning!
just short. We have a T-shirt for you with Czech flag. Here is Czech national song in Czech language, of course. And here you have cities and the name of the frisbee teams in Czech Republic.
In Czech.
And here is, it's from SV and me, of course. Two really normal Czech girls.
Shaking around here.
And with your number. So,
Genius.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so very much. Come on, give me a hug. Thanks. I will wear this with... Do I have to learn how to say this by the next time I come back?
Yeah, of course. You could get help from Petra.
I figured that was coming.
You could get help from Petra.
So here we
Great.
go. Go
No,
first.
please.
Go first.
No, you
No,
go.
you go first. We have this one for you. This might seem a bit simple, but trust me, you'll have fun if you drink this. And you have to drink this tonight, or even now. I know. And this is the first time we've been here, and it's been a really useful and great event. And we'll be here next year, right?
Yeah.
And the other people as well from our team. And thank you for everything.
Thank you
And
very
have
much. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much. Yeah, we're gonna have this tonight.
Or it can be a week. We have this from Zagreb, and you said that you're going to be, you offered yourself that you're going to be here next year, and this is a vacation in Croatia, so we hope that you'll come back again, and thank you for everything.
Great. All the signatures. Thanks, guys.
Anybody else?
The Maribor and the Ljubljana team. This is actually kind of embarrassing. we were so excited to coming here, and we actually forgot the gift at home. But it's on its way. So probably in an hour you'll get it.
Is it going to have any problem crossing the border?
Yes, I hope not.
It's an animal.
2 legs, 4 legs?
A goat.
Well, I hope you guys stick around too.
6 legs.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed with the Maribor team, especially. You're young and you've gotten to a level of proficiency really fast. That's impressive. So keep it up, and you guys come back.
Once more, this is not just a gift from us; it's also from
And
the team from frisbi. Yeah.
Okay, great.
So, it's a book with cookbook.
Actually a Slovenian cookbook in English, so you can try Slovenian dishes.
With Slovenian dishes, but in
I
English.
love cooking, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
I have tons of cookbooks.
We had a 2-hour debate about one.
We have a huge.
Good.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, I will. Okay. Any other gifts? Or... Okay, just a couple of other quick things. The first thing is that we're going to be here and playing and hanging out. Maybe we'll get some beers, whatever. So please stay. You're welcome to stay. I hope you stay. And 2 more things. We want this event to be really, really practical. We know it's going to be fun. I mean, that goes without saying. So we want it to be very useful. So if you have some feedback, critical feedback, or what you particularly liked or would like to see different, please come talk with me or with Scoops. That's probably the quickest way to gather input. Or if you want to talk about it with your guys and send an email, feel free. Feel free. And we'll learn a lot from that, and we'll make it better every time. The third thing is about the DVD. We're gonna produce a DVD, and Goran Protega is gonna be in charge of that. And thanks a lot to the guys who've been filming all weekend. We appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. And we want, and I think the DVD is going to be really well presented and really well organized, and so we hope that's useful. We'll let you know the best way for us to, whether it's giving it to you at a tournament or we can mail you a few copies. But the one other thing about the DVD is that if you have a question that you want to ask Coach on camera, whether it's a serious question or a ridiculous question, there will be a little piece on the end where you can sort of either get some real interesting practical knowledge onto the tape, or just embarrass
Make
coach.
me look like an idiot.
Yeah. So either way, we're gonna do that now. If you want to do that right away, that's cool. If you want to get a few beers in you and then do it, that's cool. So.
Oh, I have one more thing too to say. If you took digital photographs this weekend and you think any of them are good, you can either send them to me by email. Josh has my email address.
Yeah.
Or send me, you know, if you guys are all in Facebook, I have that too.
Yeah, we
don't
could
use it
make a
very
group.
much.
Why don't we do the Scoops Camp group?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's agree now. Should we do it on Facebook?
Yeah.
Let's do photos on Facebook so we don't have like Facebook and Flickr.
Josh will start a Facebook group.
I had to open my big
2000.
mouth.
No,
Does that mean I have to be friends with Josh on Facebook?
No, just with the group.
Just
Excellent.
Big phone.
US. All right, so you're going to get a disc and a partner, and it's got to be somebody that you have never thrown with before, okay? And you're going to go through this very quick drill. We're going to do this in maybe 5-10 minutes that I like to call 70 throws. And I'm going to do this with Josh right now, just demonstrating. You're going to throw 10 of each throw, right? Especially this is good for new people. Get used to just standing there and holding the frisbee flat. A lot of times I see people, when they're pivoting, the disc is going like this, and it's coming over here. They're doing all sorts of crazy kind of fakes. That may fake out the marker, right? Maybe. But it's much better if you can just go fast from one side to the other. You want to imagine that you've got a coin on here, like a penny or some thing, and it's flat, and you don't want it to fall off, right? And if I'm doing this to come over to the other side, it already fell off. So really be conscious when you're moving back and forth from one side to the other that keep the disc flat. We're going to go through a couple of like high-level principles about ultimate, and one of them is efficiency, right? If I'm over here, but I need to throw a backhand, the quickest thing for me to do is to get it to the release point and throw it, right? I don't want to take it up over my head. I don't want to turn around and then turn back to the place where I'm going to throw it. I want to be efficient. I want to do it as quickly as possible. So anyway, 10 flat backhands, right? Then we're going to try a little bit of edge. 10 outside in backhands. 10 inside out. So that's 30. Same thing on the forehand side, right? Flat. I'm lefty, but I'm happy to try to teach right-handed people how to throw. Outside in and inside out. And the last one, anybody? Hammer, scuba, whatever you want, something upside down.
Oh, Josh.
Way to fuck up that one, Josh.
No.
All right, hey, get a partner, just 10 of each, but concentrate on not doing anything except...
It's all yours. Kad su mene učili to pred leti, so mi rekel eno ful pomembno stvar za ta šport. Ne zafukat, ne zafukat, ne zafukat, ne zafukat.
faster next time. Nice, that's good. Yes. You don't want to come down on the heel. You want to do this as quickly as possible, but try to get really over the line. Use your arms for balance, right? But try to keep them tucked in. So you're just powering with your thigh and your calf. And you're on the balls of your feet. Ready? 20 times. Go. You gotta concentrate more near the end when you get tired. Okay, you guys are moving on to the next one too? That's fine. Give yourself a little bit of a... So they define 4 areas. One here, one here, one here, and one here. Okay? This is going to be jumping with 2 feet at the same time, and again, just staying on the balls of your feet. And if you think of these sections as numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You want to go 2, 3, 2, 1, go, and then back. 2, 3. Okay? And you got to do that. Count up to 32. So 8 times around.
Remember to land on your nose.
But there's only one of these. Maybe one of those, and one of those. You can do it if you have it.
First person starts this cone, runs, sprints towards this cone, touches it, shuffles without touching, leg, without crossing legs, touches, backpedaling with your weight in front of you.
Remember when you're going forward in that one. Keep pumping your arms. Good running.
Go, one more. Really low. Yes, so come here. Really low. Then on my mark. We'll cover as fast as possible. Touch the line. Come back. Okay? Spread around. Spread a little bit more.
Oh, look, my fucking leg.
Okay? Get low. Get really low. Really low. Ridiculously low. Okay? 3, 2, 1, go.
We're going to do one more time. We're going to do one more time. And what I want you to focus on is on the
As high as
outside
possible.
step, the third
Get the
step.
green. Just don't worry about falling ahead.
Not to be still continuing
This
to
should
the
look something
outside,
like
right? If you're 1, 2,
This is
3,
first I'm going to show you how it's not supposed
then
to
you
look.
can't come back quickly. When you plant, I want your leg to be
You
angled
see how
back
I
to the inside.
lifted myself up
Okay?
first?
I want you to see what that means, so I'll slow it down. So it's not 1, 2, 3, still continuing where you lose your balance.
Is carryover. This is also 1 foot in each box. You're going to sprint up, and then you're going to face this way. Left foot, right foot. Left foot, right foot.
3, 2, 1, go.
See? Go ahead.
Oh, but we want to get your leg high and carry it over.
Remember what I said? Just push yourself in front of you.
Yeah, good. Good.
2, 1, go. Daniel.
Get those boxes.
First on front of you, knee up. 3, 2, 1, go.
And then go to another one. Okay? Let's go. First one, start. Get ready. 3, 2, go. Okay. Next is the wall. Hey, yeah, left hand.
2 feet in the box, 1 foot on the outside. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Think about the shortest way to move ball from cone to cone. What was the left hand?
If you don't get it, just come to the back of the line and you'll do it again. Don't touch the front, just touch the grass inside the box. Okay? Watch this.
Pedal with your
Go! Good, Vern. Good. Okay, next 2 feet in each box. Going with your left foot first. So you'll sprint up, and then it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You see? Go ahead. Start over. Get out, get out, get out. Go to the back. Start over. Nah, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Nah, get out of here. Yeah, good try, good try.
Yeah,
Burn! No, you went to the wrong cone. That's okay. Okay, get out. Okay, hold on. Wait. So the problem here is
put your body low when you run
the
back.
problem with cutting. Try and cut too fast. Let's say I want to come to this point and change direction. Sometimes I come into this point so hot, so fast, that I can't boom and change direction. Instead of the sharp blade, more of this rounded thing. Because I'm moving too fast. The point is, when you're doing a cut, there's a moment. It's just like throwing a ball up in the air when your speed is 0. Right? You're sprinting in fast,
Remember which
but at this moment. And the point here is, everybody's getting the first few boxes because your feet can move that fast for a few. But then your chest is going, or your body is moving too fast, and your feet can't keep up. So you go, whoa! Right? So slow it down. Slow it down. You're sprinting here. You have to bring your speed down sometimes in order to move more effectively. Let's everybody go through one more time. Or if you haven't done it all. And go ahead. Maybe slow it down just a little bit. Go. That's it.
Go. Shuffle.
Good. That was good. Stay on your toes, though. Stay on your toes. Good. Good. 1, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Lower.
Okay? Go ahead. Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Learn
It's
to
really
dance.
important
Very good.
to lead with your back foot. Does everybody know what that means?
Sprint. Good.
So if you're here, you don't start like this. Okay? You start by your back foot. Your back foot is pushing it. You know what I mean? You see the difference?
There it is.
This is how it should be.
The funny thing is that he's
much
definitely
faster.
going to be...
All I want people to do is back and forth, right? I'm going to throw him the correct leading throw, and he's going to throw it back to me. Notice how last year I did sprinting, and this year I'm smarter and I have dodging. The idea of this is just quick throws, right? He's not traveling more than maybe 10 meters or so. You can vary the height. You can do that if you really want to show off. But good. 20 times back and forth. And by the end, right, you should be, if you're the guy that's sprinting or the girl, you should be tired. And you should really concentrate on, for those last 5, making a good solid throw back to the thrower, just like the first 5 or the first 15. Okay? So 20 and then switch it up, 20. And let's do 2 sets of that. Okay? Same partner, different partner, I don't care. But again, it should be somebody that you haven't thrown with very much.
Is that 20 total, not 20 each side?
Okay? So we're going to get groups of 3. Let's have us. Okay? So you guys have done this before, maybe? In this case, you're not forcing a particular way. You're actually going to force what I call straight up. So you're just right in front, the other person is right here, and you're just gonna mark stalling 1, 2, right? Tap the disc. Stalling 1, 2.
Up.
Now come here. Okay. Hey, throwers, this is important. Throwers, wait till the marker gets there, offer them the disc, and then start. Because it's much too easy. Go back a little bit. Right? If she's coming running up at me to get the mark on, if I just throw, okay, that's great, but she didn't get any practice there, and that wasn't really good work for me to break the mark, right? Once she's set up in place, now I've really got to get out there to get that off, okay? We're going to do that for a minute, so markers, you might be really tired. It's also, let's have groups of 3. The first time we go through this with everybody as the marker, you're not going to use your hands, okay? So you're going to come up, disc is in, stalling 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. When he throws it, I'm going to say up. I'm going to sprint down to the other person. Okay? Same thing. I'm going to mark down there. 1 minute of that. Then I'm going to be throwing up whatever I ate for breakfast. Then we'll switch. Okay? So then I will be one of the throwers. Maybe Josh marks. Again, for 1 minute. And then the third person. All with no hands. So marking is really about positioning your body in a good place. Not about getting blocks with your hands. The second time through, we'll add using hands to make it easier for the markers. But again, it's also a good drill for throwing and learning how to break the mark. What does Josh do when I push the disc over here? If he moves a little bit, maybe I have a chance to throw that. Same thing for that side. Okay, that didn't work, but he's a good marker. Hey, groups of 3 will probably have to touch the disc a lot, right? Because the cutters, they don't know anything. They don't know when to cut. They're always late. They're like in the wrong spot. And so the count gets high, and what happens? You have to go and get the disc, right? Just to get a new count. Sometimes that's because you can go backwards and get it. Sometimes you're trying to get a swing to the other side of the field. But a lot of the pressure for moving the disc is on you guys. And so this is a drill to simulate that in the game where you don't have any cutters. It's just 3 of you as handlers. You're going to have defenders, okay? So the defense is just always forcing one way. You can always force away to the sideline. You can always force home, but just keep it the same the whole way down. You're going to have 3 people starting with the disc, 3 people on defense. And when they get about halfway down, the next group will start, okay? If you make a turnover, just stop, give the disc back to the person who threw it, and keep going. So it doesn't trade offense or defense. The 3 that are on offense are offensive the whole way down until you get it to the goal line. And for the offense, you have one rule. And you can choose what it is. There's 2 options. The first option is, let's say if Dinka and Josh and myself are a team, if I have the frisbee, if I throw to one of them, the next look is to the other person first. Now maybe that's not there, so she can throw back to me, but the first look is to the other person, okay? Or option 2 is, if I throw here, the first option is back to me. So I may try to throw and then get somewhere else and look again. Now again, my first option is look back to her. But at some point, we can't continue this. And so we'll have to go to you. Now if I throw to you, first option is back to me. Okay? That one's a little bit harder because as soon as you throw, you got to think, I am the target, right? I have to get the disc. Now, with good defense, you won't always get the disc. So you'll have to go to the other person, and let's keep the stall count at 10 for now. And just try to work it down. Again, if you have a turn, if you make a turn, just stop, pick it up, give it back to the person who threw the pass, and keep going in the same direction. And then after you play offense on the way down, come back, pair up with a different team, and play defense. And let's just try to go through 4 or 5 times each way. Okay? Thanks. Okay. Here's the drill for this. There's going to be 2 people in each end zone, and they're going to throw the disc back and forth. Okay? So some of the time, the disc is going to be on this line of cones here. Okay, looks like a drunk person made that.
Shut up.
Hey, listen up. Listen up. There's a line of cones down the middle of each field, right? 2 people will be in the end zone. Would you guys go back there? Just go back and throw the disc back and forth. Just 2 of you. Hey, after you catch it, hold the disc up in the air for 1 or 2 seconds. Then throw it back to the other person. And just keep doing that. Let's see how long we can keep doing that. We'll just talk here like we're saying something really important, but we're not really saying anything important.
You're doing a good job.
Hey, get a little bit further on that side of the gate. Yeah, you come a little bit more.
Augie, when you hold it up, make sure it's straight up.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It could have been any one of you back there. So. Hey, what you guys are going to do in pairs of people. Josh, come out here for a second. You're going to start in each one of these regions, okay? One person's offense, that's me, and Josh is the defense. And Josh has 3 things to do, okay? I'm going to just start jogging down the field. He's got to catch up to me first, right? Catch up, find where the disc is, and get on that side, okay? So if the disc is over there with Osman, get the disc over there.
Where's the disc?
Okay? Then he's going to be here as we keep going down the field. But he's now pretending like I could go. When I get to the next gate, okay, then I'm going to 5 or 6 hard steps again, except I'll stop, don't worry. And then he's going to check back. And if the disc is back over with banana, he's got to get to the other side, okay? So the force may be changing, but what tells you the force is where the frisbee is, okay? So if you see that the frisbee is there, you've got to get here, right? Now you can backpedal a little bit. We get to the next gate, and Josh goes again, okay? And you just do that at those 6 stations all the way down the field. Come back, and then switch. So offense becomes defense like that. We got 4 places to do it. We got this side, and we got 2 on the other field. Let's have everybody go through twice on offense, twice on defense. Get a partner, somebody that you can stand to do this with for 4 times. Who's not going to irritate you. Get all the frisbees up in the field. Go. Yep. That's right. Hit the cone and turn in. That's it, Spooks. Fast feet, fast feet.
Yeah, no, we should be really cheering and encouraging him when he's in line.
Hey, when you get to 10, you can climb up. Believe me, you'll be happy that there's a long line to stand in. Come on, Damian! Hit that cone, hard in, hard in, hard in! Come on, Dario! Stop!
Attaboy! Well done.
Close, Spooks! Way to be sure! 6, good job. 7, 8. That's it, Pluto. Here you go, here you go, here you go. Come in hard.
Way to go!
5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Up!
10, up!
Good job. Sharp cuts.
Up!
Go, hard, hard, hard. Run straight. You guys are going to stand at the points of a triangle, roughly an equilateral triangle.
Oh, I love it.
Just one person inside.
Yeah, one person is inside, but you're going to be making 10 meters apart. So a little bit bigger. We're really going to need to spread out for this, okay? Dory's going to start with the disc, and she's going to try to throw to Dario, and I'm going to mark. And the first time through, again, I'm not going to use hands. I'm going to work on staying upright, varying my spacing, and trying to block it with my feet, right? Disc in, sawing 1, 2, 3, okay. As soon as he gets it, he throws it to Josh, as in a continue, and I run to Josh. Okay, so I don't run to where the disc just went. The disc is going to pop around the triangle to the other person. Now I come over here, I mark Josh. Where's Josh throwing?
Dory.
Throwing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Going to Dario.
Boom. I'm going here. Where's Dario throwing? Throwing 1, 2, 3. Up!
It's okay, I'll just go up there.
I set up only once out of 3 times. If I was the coach of me, I would say, no good.
You're not playing.
Exactly. Okay, so up calls, run to the other person when the disc gets thrown, and you do that 3 times. Then, Dario's in. Okay? And you just go through everybody with no hands, and then the second time through, you can use your hands.
Super, Dario.
Okay?
Dario, dai, vai.
Subir maga. Uši koristi. Sad. Kosu podmetri.
That's it. Right? Now Josh could go. Once we go through all 4 people, then we go through all 4 people again with hands. Okay? Marking with your hands. But this is just a little bit small for the sake of showing you guys. In general, I would back it up to about here. Okay? Triangles of this size, groups of 4, and 1 frisbee. And Josh has another comment. I have a question.
No.
Hey, one thing about that though, that I saw, when you're throwing throws with edge, like the outside in or the inside out, it doesn't have to be a huge arcing thing that goes way up, right, and hits Josh or Taya as it may be like that. You just want to have a little bit of edge on it, but it can basically travel still in a straight line. Eventually, sure, you want to be able to bend the throw really around the mark or whatever, but if you're just starting out, go for flat right at the person, but just with the right edge, and see if the throw can hold that all the way through. Next thing, we're moving on. Josh, we're going to do that for a minute, so markers, you might be really tired. It's also a good drill for throwers though, because you've got to practice, like, hey, if I put the disc over here, she's going to move some, but you want to keep good balance when you're doing that, so that you can get the throw off that you want. Last thing I'll say about throwers is, if you commit to getting way out here, you probably better throw that, because it's going to take you a long time to do this. I often see new players, when they're trying to break the force, they say, okay, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here. And as a marker, that's really easy to predict, and then you can move sort of in a big space and block all of those throws. So don't do that. Oftentimes, the best thing to do is just move the frisbee a little bit. Move the frisbee, see that the marker is going that way, but you're ready with this leg to push off and throw quickly the other side. Okay? So disc fakes, head fakes sometimes are good, but you don't need to, again, it's efficiency. You don't need to bring the disc here if you want to throw out here. Maybe it's enough just to push a little bit, come back, and throw. So let's have groups of 3. The first time we go defense, I just want Dario there so that you can imagine what the defense is. If Josh is cutting that way, right, and he's open, I could throw a backhand to him, right? But that throw is going to go very close to Dario before it gets to Josh. Not the preferred choice. If I throw a forehand, it's going to be out and come back to Josh and get there before. And the same thing on the other side. If he's going that way, right, the backhand is a better throw there, because an inside-out flick is going to give the defender a better chance. And that's always the case when you're on the ultimate field. Now maybe there's a mark, so they're forcing you to throw one way, and you might not be able to break the mark and throw the other way. But you should have that in mind, that if you have a choice, like if you've caught something and your defender's way back there, and I have a chance to hit Josh for the goal because I should throw this, right? There's a big difference between that and trying to throw something crazy inside out where Dario's going to make a bid for. So we're not. Look, one thing about that last drill for the cutters, that is not an easy skill, right? Someone is running dead away from you. It's very tempting to think, I have to throw early because you're afraid that your throw may not get there, right? Or if it does something crazy, then they have more time to. Again, most of the time, that's the wrong thing to think, right? If you can throw from that line to the goal line there, then you can hit somebody going deep, right? You just have to throw it when they're maybe 20 yards away from you, 20 meters, instead of 40 meters, okay? Great throwers, somebody's 40 meters away, they can still put it 80 meters, and then the guy's still running when he catches it. But not many people can do that. And most deep throws in Ultimate are not end zone to end zone, right? It's maybe half field to end zone, or a quarter of the way down to almost at the goal line. So you don't need to throw full field to be an effective deep thrower. You just need to have good timing. You see somebody going, right? You're balanced, you step out, and you don't throw too early. And a lot of you guys threw too early, and then the next time you threw, it was still too early. So you got to learn something from the last thing that you did. If your throw went to the right every time, try a little bit more of an inside out. Or if it went to the left every time, same thing. Okay? Try to adjust the angle that you release the frisbee and get a better result from that. But I thought that was good. I saw people improve like almost all the way through that drill. And again, that's not something that's very natural the first time you try to do it. Somebody's running dead away from you, you have no idea where to throw it. If they're running at you, you just put it on that line, and then it's easy. They catch that. But if they're running away, it's a little bit tougher. And I saw some good stuff over here about the handlers. We're going to do something more now for the handlers, but this is something for everybody too, because a lot of teams play where they force the disc to one side of the field or the other. And a lot of times you find yourself in a situation, let's say we're going this way, right? Spook's made a nice deep cut or something, and he catches the disc on the sideline, and there's not any cutters up here yet, right? He's the first person on his team. Maybe Josh gets there in a little bit, but now I put the mark on, and I'm forcing to this side, 3, 4, 5, and now the count's getting high, and he doesn't have any options upfield, right? He's got to turn to the middle of the field and signify to the guy who's right there, in this case it's Josh, I am going to try to get the disc to you. You are the man, okay? The time to do that is not at stall 8, right? Too late. Stall 6, probably too late. You've got to catch the disc, look downfield, 1, 2, 3 seconds maybe, and then you're thinking about it. Okay, now I'm turning, and now I'm committed to getting the disc to that guy. Maybe he's got a defender by that point. That's okay. From this position, and I'd say Josh wants to be a little bit further back, he's got 3 things that he could do, right? He could make a quick fake and go up the line, right? That's going to be an easy throw for, in fact, I wouldn't even go so close to him unless you're forced to, but a little bit farther away, right? That's a throw that's easy for Spooks because I'm blocking here, but Josh is open there now. Beautiful. We like that. And now we can get the next thing. That's a good option. But if the defense is playing honest, right, I'm forcing the throw to go here. So Gobbler's probably going to give him a decent cushion. We'll go over defense after the next scrimmage. But he's really going to try to be denying Josh to get to this space, right? So now, if Josh drives me far enough, he can just pop off that way. That's a little bit harder because the mark is here, but that's a throw that most people and most teams can get off, right? So in that case, Spooks probably has to step out a little bit to get open back there again. So he's got to step around, but that's good. And look where Josh caught that. There was a huge, again, this is the most important thing I'm going to say in the next 5 minutes. Go back to where you were. Get the distance. Okay, if Josh catches the pass there, right, catch that. He can turn and throw this, and it's so easy, right? Because everybody's been focused that way. This is basically a break to the middle of the field. My defender, whoever he is going to be here, because he's protecting me from going up the line so that Spooks doesn't throw me a goal. So if Josh catches that first one, and he just turns to the outside, my defender's here, I just step. Genius, right? Big difference between that and if I'm the guy that's cutting, go back to where you were. Right about there, perfect. Okay, now if you're guarding me, and let's say I started and I wasn't in a good position, I was a little bit too close, right? And I went up the line and I'm coming back, but now with good defense, I get the disc here, right? What have we done there?
Nothing.
Still basically on the line. Right? It's still trapped, and now we got to do something all over again. I got nothing up here, especially if the marker is paying attention. And for me to turn and hit something, I'm probably still going to go backwards again and lose more yardage. It's 4 steps away, but it's a big difference in the possibilities after that. The only thing we did here was we reset the count. Okay, sometimes you need to do that. And like in an emergency at stall 9, if this is where you're going to get open, great. We reset the count. Much better is if you can get the disc out to where Josh naturally ran, and we can then try to go the other way. Okay? The way to do that is to start about this distance away, and if Spooks was the first one to catch the frisbee, you cannot come up and follow, pretend you're playing defense, and think about, oh yeah, I'm the dump for Spooks, so, okay, now I'm going to start to play the dump. You cannot start here. Again, it's a little bit different if you start here, because now he's really got to respect that, and that's easy. But it's a 3 or 4 step difference, and it means the difference between getting the disc over there and 2 more passes, or having to do a tough thing again, which is what we just did, but 5 yards back away from the ball. Okay? So we're going to break up into groups of 4. Oh, there's one other option for Josh. If Spooks has the disc. Yeah, he gets to the good spot, right? Let's say that defense is the last thing that he can do, and this is really if you know that the thrower has this throw, is he can just immediately go away, right? Because he's there, his defender's going to be behind him. If Spooks can throw the disc out to that space, even if you lose a little more yardage than on the dumps, it's fine because you're out far away from your defender. Wait and throw that and go out there. Go ahead.
You want him to throw it and I chase it? You want me to initiate it?
Let's you initiate. Okay. It's good. Okay, now he's still going to be able to catch, turn up field, and see something and hit it before his defender comes over the mark. Right? That's a tougher throw for most people. If you're new, it's a little bit scary because Josh isn't really running to the point where you're going to throw it to. It's like the cutting drill. You're kind of throwing it out to that space, and then he's going to adjust to get to that. But it's a nice tactic to have in your arsenal. But really, the 3 things, the 2 things mainly that this guy's got to do is challenge upfield and come back for the easy dump, right? And then look to swing. We're just going to do 2-on-2 right now, but we'll make it more complex next. Or if you can beat him up the line by faking back and you get his hips turned, take that. That's what I call a post cut. We didn't go over the post this morning. But
You want to talk about the path where you're not just running straight back, but just sort of curling away?
I think that's probably enough at this point. Okay, so for this, but just get some practice reading. Sometimes I see people when they're trying to catch a frisbee that's up high, right? There's a right way and a wrong way to do that. And especially people that are new, sometimes, if I'm running this way, right, and Josh threw me a nice long pass, if it's behind me, I can use this hand to catch it. And that's probably the one that's more comfortable for people, because the spin is going to move it into the fat part of my hand, and I'll be able to just grab it like that. But if it's already ahead of me, to try to get it with my left hand from behind, that's really difficult. It's like, does anybody play the sport racquetball? You know what that sport is? Yeah. Like you're in this court, right? And if it hits off the back wall, then it's moving forward, and you've got to come from behind and hit it. Even like I always found that was difficult. And I really find it difficult to catch a frisbee, what we call the trailing edge. So if the disc is already past me in the same direction, even if this is my comfortable hand, I'm left-handed. I love to catch everything with my left hand. Can't do it always, right? I gotta. If I'm in front of it, I can do it. But if I'm here, this hand is already in front, right? That's the hand that you should use. So try to keep that in mind when somebody throws you a disc long, and it's the opposite for the other way, right? If it's here, I can go with my right hand. But if it's already in front of me, this is really hard. And your other hand is already out there. Just use that hand. So you've got to get comfortable catching with both hands. Try to catch some of these discs, no matter where they are and what your angle of attack is, with the hand that you're not so comfortable with. Just get a little bit of practice with that. So if it's up here and I have a choice, I'll try to go with my right hand. Okay? What I want...
Can you say something about discs that look uncatchable?
To keep trying to get them?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the really interesting and fun thing about Frisbee, right? Is you never know until it's down what's going to happen. The wind might give it a little bit of extra lift at the end. And you see a lot of really amazing catches in Ultimate because the player didn't give up. And, you know, just kind of slow down and say, oh, I can't catch that. You never know. And especially, maybe we'll do a little bit of layout practice later today. Like I said, the showers are really going to be dirty. But, you know, laying out doesn't make you any faster, right? All it does is it puts you in a good body position to catch a Frisbee that's out in front, right? If laying out made you faster, then people would lay out for the 100 meters dash. I mean, even though they would get all wrecked up, I'd do that for a gold medal. But it doesn't get you there any faster. It just puts your body in a good spot to catch the Frisbee. Okay? So we'll do some layout stuff later. For now, but This is serious stuff. This is the heart of, okay, we talked about marking in the morning. Now we're going to talk about covering one person downfield. And what are all the things that you need to be thinking about when you do that? And I'll tell you right off, it's easy to keep those things in mind at the beginning of the point, right? You say it on the line, hey, we're forcing forehand, or we're forcing home. Pull goes up, you run down, you find your guy or your girl, and you get on the right side, and you're watching, and you say, okay, I'm doing pretty well here. And then what happens? The disc moves, they move, and all of a sudden, your good position is not a good position anymore, right? And you have to then move. You've got to decide again, hey, where do I need to be to block them from getting the disc? Or if they're a threat deep, do I need to get behind them so that they only can catch it underneath? Right? And you've got to do that over and over and over again during the point when your team is on defense. That's why in one way, offense is much easier, right? Just catch the disc, don't throw any turnovers, score the goal, get the stat sheet, it looks great. Defense is much, much harder. And after you get the turn, right, again, when you play at a high level, maybe you're going to get one turn.
Is it not writing emails?
But seriously, that's, you know, you've got to do it again and again and again in the point. Let's everybody wave. Everybody wave. Hey! Whoa! Now shut the fuck up. Okay. Him, not you. So, okay, you got to do that over and over again in the point, and you're going to maybe get one chance in a point if you're playing at a high tournament in a high-level game. And if you give that back, your whole team is like, ah, because you just could have put that team on their back, and you didn't. You let them get back in it, they scored it, and now you've got to have the pressure on to score. So, let's talk about defense. Let's get everybody on this half of the field, but looking this way. Because we're going to pretend the disc is right where Dario is, okay? Maybe even Dario has the frisbee. And Josh and I are going to be out here in the open side lane playing defense. Spooks, will you mark? If Josh is here and he's starting to cut, then I've already won. I win enough in this game. Okay. Hey, if that's where the disc starts, let's say there was a foul or some stoppage, right? And Dario's got the disc, Boots is looking, he's making sure that everybody is matched up. Then he says 3, 2, 1 disc in, and I want to kind of be about here, right? I'm protecting Josh from going deep. Maybe he can get it underneath, but that's not terrible. Maybe he can get it going back. That's even better from the point of view of the defense. But I've got a bit of a cushion. Most important thing you need to know to play defense. Anybody? It's the same thing from the most important thing this morning on the morning. Know the force. Know the force, right? A bunch of times I'm watching these scrimmages and people are shouting out different things. It's home, it's away, it's forehand, it's backhand. It's got to be one thing, and you've got to keep that in mind. No matter how tired you are, no matter how many cuts you made, no matter how many terrible choices your teammates made in throws, know the force, okay? That means if Spooks is forcing away here, right, I am saying I am on the away side of Josh. Now I at least have a chance, if a throw goes up, to get a block, okay? If I'm over here, I pretty much have no chance unless I'm super fast, which even if I was back in the day, I ain't anymore. So, I'm going to give him a bit of a cushion. 1, know the force. 2, I'm making a decision, making a mental decision before it's disc in, okay, what I want him to do. And really what I want him to do is maybe get the disc here or back there somewhere, okay? I am not going to let him get by me. Hopefully I'm not going to foul him, but I am deciding, hey,